good with this.
Troy.
Yeah.
Nice re-meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
It was
again.
fun. I've been fun talking with you all day. It's been a good time.
Yeah.
He's much better looking in person too, which is frustrating.
Caught me on a semi-good day, I guess.
I haven't had one of those in a while. So so Queens.
Yeah. What's wrong?
No, Failure, Perfect Circle.
Okay.
Damn, Jane's Addiction. Like, what has sent you on this path? Like, you've played in so many different bands. This is not normal.
I know. I don't know.
I didn't even name all of them.
I know.
I took the top five. That is.
It's very strange. I guess I'm lucky. First of all, second of all, I think timing has something to do with it.
Yes.
You know, having time off from Queens has allowed me to do stuff like Jane's Addiction and The Damned, and you know, having time off from a Perfect Circle allowed me to be in the Queens. Well, and then I switched to that team.
But they're not the same genre.
They're not.
Like, everything is entirely different because I don't even know what Jane's is. Like, that's not even, it's its own genre on itself.
It's so funny because when before I got the call, I saw, on social media that Eric Avery was back in the band, and I was like, oh my God, that's going to be so great. And because I used to go see the band back in the day, like as what they call James 1.0,
yes,
or Jane's 1.0. So I got to see them a bunch of times then, and they were this ferocious force of a band that just kind of took over everything, and nobody can say, well, this is a rock band or this is an art band, or there was elements of, surf culture and funk.
I know, I was going to say the funk part is something you don't think of, but then when you listen to Jane's, it's funk.
There's definitely some funk in there. It's tribal, and it's just was this whole thing before, there was a thing called, I guess, alternative music. That's what they were.
That was when MTV existed.
Yes.
It's a different time.
Different time.
We can't talk about that. It ages us.
I know. So, moving on.
Well, I'm going to jump back to Perfect Circle for a minute, too, because I didn't realize you were in a Perfect Circle until, way later.
Oh, okay.
And I saw you, and I think in probably the first tour of Perfect Circle.
Yeah.
Because I was working at MTV at that point, actually, in New York City. Yeah. And when you guys came there and played, I was a big Tool fan. So I was like, oh my God, Perfect Circle is playing. Got to go see that. And lo and behold, I've been in the same room with you, albeit much further away.
I see. Yeah.
It was a wonderful show.
So was that the Nine Inch Nails show, or was it our own show?
It was your own show, I believe.
Okay.
It was not the Nine Inch Nails show. It was because I got comp tickets because being at MTV, and I was like,
that's the perks of being at MTV.
That's how I managed my way into all sorts of free things. Nice. I saw NSYNC and Backstreet Boys in the same year, I think.
That was year 2000. The year 2000.
It was exactly the year 2000. That's really funny. So I went from Perfect Circle to Tom Jones to Backstreet Boys and then NSYNC, I think.
That's a good combination. Well, I mean, I guess Tom Jones. Definitely.
And Cisco was opening for Tom Jones.
Oh.
So it was Thong Song.
So Thong Song into Tom Jones?
It was a great day. I enjoyed every bit of it.
That's amazing.
And I was sitting next to Tiffany. Tiffany.
Dude, you were running the gamut of the spectrum of crazy 2000 music.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
So you are this guitar player in all these different genres, these different bands. For our guitar playing listening audience, how do you approach the guitar? That's a big question.
It depends, I guess. I mean, I almost, with the example of, say, Jane's or The Damned, my role is to fulfill the back catalog and and bring that stuff to the stage and try and put my own spin on it after I do that first. So my approach with those, with both Jane's and The Damned, were respect the music that's on the records, start there, try and get as close to the tones that are on those records that you possibly can. And then, it's like I didn't really get auditioned, I got asked, but I treated it like an audition where I would go into the rehearsal room and just say, I already got this covered. is it okay if I add my own thing?
That's what I was going to say, because I've noticed you're not doing it like verbatim.
I'm not.
You're not doing the record parts verbatim. You are putting a spin on it.
I would approach, like, say, all the stuff that the Captain did for The Damned. I would watch, like some live videos, and a lot of that, what he's doing when they're soloing is there's certain parts that are key, certain hooks, but the rest of it he's kind of improvising,
Okay.
And so that kind of opened up my thinking of, like, I don't have to learn exactly the same solo. There are key points, things that need to be there.
No,
when it comes to soloing, I'm not like, it's funny, I don't consider myself like a soloist. I'm a team player,
That's good though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying this to be nice to you, because I'm kind of known for not being very good at that.
Just hit me with whatever you're gonna say.
No, it's like, I like your playing a lot. It's no, because I like soundscapes.
Yeah,
like one of my
too.
favorite artists. Like, I love Icelandic music. I love Bjork. I love Sigur Rós.
So do I. Yeah.
And I love the idea of creating a world, a universe. I notice that's what you do in Queens.
That's my role in Queens
well.
a lot. Yeah, my role in Queens is to kind of provide the atmosphere, and play around Josh, But lately, we've been trading those roles off here and there, So, in the last couple records, I did take a couple solos.
I've noticed that.
And so, and
because they're very different sounding too.
Yeah, and he's really, fell in love with his reverb pedal too. So there's kind of a healthy competition / do your worst,
Because he didn't used to be all about the reverb then. This is a newer thing.
So over the years, it's developed, and there's been this sort of like, he doesn't consider himself like a goth in any way. He's more of a punk. But he's become more gothy lately, And I appreciate that.
Why have you done this to him?
I didn't do it to him.
Because we were looking at headshots of the band, which are probably popping up on this channel right now.
Nice.
And you're such an attractive group of little boys. And like, we look at Josh as the only attractive redhead out there in the music business. We were trying to find other ones, and like, that's kind of it, I think.
Yeah.
And he's a big dude too.
He's a big gentleman. Yeah.
And so
he's and
goth.
Talking about guitars. Well, we're talking to the guitarists here. There's something that his fingers do that mine don't do, and there's something that mine do that his don't do, and that's what I've been really learning about players. Real players like Billy Gibbons. I mean, if you give him a Hondo guitar and plug it into a fucking Line 6 amp, it will sound like Billy Gibbons.
I saw that with Jeff Beck too. Like, he had a Squire playing through like a nothing amp.
Yeah,
I was in the room with him. I was like,
you're just like, that's him.
That's Beck.
Yeah. So that's where sometimes it's not what you play, it's what you play. That's kind of been my philosophy for a while.
I like that. Well, during this whole philosophy and journey, if you can answer this, what's your favorite part? Is it the creation and the recording? Is it the touring? Or is it something else? Or is it all together?
I think there's a big picture with both, because, creating is the thing where it all starts from. And so you have to create this thing. But you can only, when it comes to recording it and making it a piece that can be presented to the world, you can only do it so many times before it gets tedious.
Yeah.
So you work on it till it's ready, and then you present it to the world. And then if you go on tour to support that piece of music or that art, once you start touring with it, when you're with the right group of people, that can expand into turn into something else, which is also gratifying, and other people, can witness it as it's happening. And it kind of goes back to this thing where it's like, well, you're watching a live band. You're not watching a band that presses play with a track.
That's kind of the new wave of a lot of the new bands, though.
I know, and I have love for tons of dark wave and electronic bands, because they do something that I
totally different
can try to do, but don't really. But it's and so that brings up this other element, which is mistakes are encouraged.
Isn't that
and mistakes
funny?
Actually
only in this industry
they actually bring up a point where like, oh wait, that's different. Oh shit, maybe I should repeat that.
Well, that makes me think too. We have a young guy that works with us named Sean, and he has a band called the Violet Exploit, and I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
But what advice would you give to a young band that kind of has a lot of stuff together and they're trying to make their voice heard in the world today, like a young cats, young 20s?
I think I'm not very good at the social media aspect of things, so I don't know how good that is. I don't care almost. I'm becoming less and less interested in it.
Isn't that funny?
I know that it's a part of the new way of doing things, but I think more importantly is like get in a van or get in a vehicle and go play in front of different people.
The old-fashioned way.
I think
you still think that holds its merit.
I think that does hold its merit, because then you need to have friends. You need to sort of have people that you respect and that you have, a camaraderie with, and people that will also sing your praises like you just did. You were just like, oh, I love this band and I think they're great. I would just say the best bet is to get out there and play as much as you can in front of an audience.
That's good to hear. That's still the strange mission.
I mean, it's the more adventurous way of doing things too.
Well, you're still doing that at a much larger scale.
Yeah. That's right.
But you're still connecting new music to these newer audiences. There's a bunch of teenagers that are coming to your shows. There's
teenagers coming to these shows, for Jane's Addiction and Smashing Pumpkins, because their parents were listening to the records.
I just took my 9-year-old to see My Chemical Romance, and he was crying during the Black Parade. It was fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah. See, that's amazing. But also, I do try and keep in touch with newer music and stuff, and I've been fortunate to work with this band called The Armed, which are from Detroit. And
I think we're meeting with them tomorrow.
Are you?
We're gonna hang out, and I think we're gonna cook an omelet and have some fun. We're gonna do
that.
Some
sounds amazing.
That's why we're like, let's do something not normal.
Yeah, that's amazing, because they're fucking incredible.
Okay.
And
we're excited.
I think you're gonna enjoy your time with them. Yeah.
And they seem really physically in shape.
They are very physically in shape.
It's disturbing.
It's no joke.
I can't handle this.
No. I know. I'm like, I can't do your regiment, man. I just can't.
I need to go to the gym at some point.
At some point, I need to get up and jog.
I keep saying I'm going to start jogging, and then I'm like, well, I just might play this guitar instead.
That's my version of jogging.
I'll play a few. I'm not even play scales. I'm just going to play.
Yeah, that's cardio, right?
Well, speaking of guitars, we're in Echopark Guitars, the brain trust of it, and you play some of his strange guitars. You play Jazz Masters, you play Jaguars, you play weird things. Yes,
I do. I play. Well, I do play Les Pauls too. Like on this tour, I'm playing a Les Paul. I play hollow bodies. I play whatever comes my way. I will try it out.
That's awesome, because so many guitar players, it used to be like, this is your guitar.
Yeah.
And like you're a Strat guy, because I grew up as one thing. I switched, and now I play everything too.
Yeah.
I just love instruments.
Yeah.
And whatever inspired, like the piece that Gabriel was showing us back there.
Yeah. No, I mean, and so even looking back, I have one of these. I have what we call the Geisha.
Yep.
And that's based off of it's based off of a shape that was a guitar that my very first guitar when I was growing up was a Tisco Del Rey. Yep. It didn't even have a model number on it, but it was basically something like that, but upside down, so more offset. So anyways.
But what draws you to these, well, actually, let's just jump to Gabriel. How did you guys get connected in Echopark Guitars?
He showed up to a rehearsal with like 6 or 7 guitars for Queens, and we ended up taking probably 6 of them. Yeah.
Good Lord, really?
Yeah, because it was just basically like he just let his work speak, and we're snobby bastards when it comes to guitars.
Yeah, but you play like normal, like working man guitars too.
I do.
You play
I
like
do.
Mexi built, like
I have a Mexican built. Well, my Jazz Master is a Mexican built.
And it's a great jazz. And like,
yeah.
What's funny is like, we were talking about this the other day. Like, I think a lot of people that buy your guitar don't buy it because it's choice guitar. They buy it because it's a great Jazz Master. It's
not
like
only
Jay
that,
Mascis's.
yeah, it's affordable. I mean, because that's kind of the thing. It's like, it's got, you know, I bought, like I said, my Tisco Del Rey. I bought it for $60.
That's like nothing.
And it was like, and it lasted, you know, a pretty darn good amount of time. But still, it was like that's all I could afford. And so I wanted it to be a cost-effective sort of, like, I want people to have access to it.
But now that you and Josh and the gang became proper snobs,
yeah,
and then Gabriel shows up,
yeah,
with these,
and I was like, okay, so this is what a real guitar feels like.
He got me the same way. I was pissed.
So now I keep joking that he's my dealer, and it's just, and the first one's free.
I know, that's because like we work with him now to help him sell his guitars and spread the gospel across the world.
Yeah.
But like when we were friends for 2 years before we even talked about this, and then. Because we met on, you know, just talking on the phone, and we just hit it off, and we've been buddies. And then he sent me a guitar, and I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was.
Shit.
And then I had to give that guitar away to this new artist. Zach Person's an artist that he endorses now. He's a young Austin up and comer.
Yep.
And I had to give that guitar to him. I was like, oh.
Yep.
So then I had to buy one of Gabriel's.
I know. Yeah.
A little bit irritated, but
yeah,
that's how it works.
That is how it works. The first one's free, and then you're just hooked.
I am hooked.
Oh,
because how many do you have now?
I have 5, and there's like another one being made.
Yeah, we'll go back there and play with it in a minute.
Shelves of wood for days where I'm probably just gonna have to.
I know, just pick out a slab.
Mortgage my home for some more.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about money.
Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about money.
LA's cheap, right?
It's so cheap. Yeah, and after not working for like 3 years, yeah, it's been.
Oh
really
God, I
easy.
forgot that got you too, didn't it? Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh God, I'm not getting new boots this year.
Yep.
They gotta hang the hat up, and save a few pennies. But so where were you born?
I was born in Lakewood, actually Bellflower, California, I grew up in Lakewood, which is a suburb of Long Beach, California.
I was born in the north, Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Nice. I like to say San Diego, but
San Diego, but it's not.
It's not at all like that.
It's not a whale's vagina at all.
I know. Thank you. I'm glad you're going there with me. I'm a huge fan of him.
Me too.
I kind of wish I was him, but of course, no. You were born there, but
yeah.
So your journey, your life, like you've been in some of the most famous bands in the world. You've traveled the world, obviously.
Yes.
You've played the greatest guitars you could put your hands on. You've made friends from every probably continent, I imagine. Did you ever imagine this coming from the suburb?
No, I just knew that I wanted to play music and get out of the suburbs. That was my only ticket out of the suburbs.
This is it. It's music for us, or athletics if you have that. But
yeah, I mean, I tried that too, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna hurt my hands. I can't do that anymore. And I was just never that. I was always okay at best at sports, and so I just was like,
my father reminded me of that my whole life too, so I completely understand.
I'm reminded of that every time I watch a football or a baseball game. So
it's really upsetting now because you realize how young all those players are. Like, oh my God, look, he's 22 and he's a pro.
He's a pro.
I don't understand.
How can I get in that game?
Yeah, that is
late.
The ship has sailed for us, my friend.
Yeah,
That's okay. But thank you for your not just sitting here with me. You do this. You know how you're a pro. But thanks for like your contributions like to music. It's a stamp.
Well, you're fucking welcome, man.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel good about
I'm giving you some honor. Right? No, it is. It's like because I'm this. Everybody that knows me a little bit from the interwebs or whatever knows I'm very. I'm very honest and frank. I get in a lot of trouble sometimes with the
I like
manufacturers.
that.
It's like I just
With really?
Oh yeah, because we're very honest. If they say that they do something, Fender gets mad at us every once in a while. Gibson gets
They get mad
furious.
at me too. You know, they're like,
Why aren't you playing our guitar?
And I'm like,
well, I just didn't want to that night.
I just play different guitars. I'm not an exclusive guitar player.
I'm kind of a musical whore.
I'm just a whore. You guys fucking picked me. I didn't pick you.
Why would you pick this? Why would you pick this, Fender?
Look at this hoary outfit I've got on.
He's like a burlesque show with like fabulous boots.
So I have pasties.
Can you lift your
on.
boots up so we can just see those for the camera at least? Like they're not.
I can't get through life, you know, just being normal.
I mean,
have to whore around for these shoes.
I'm stealing some of those later, and I already want the jacket. But that's at your deathbed. I'll take it.
All right. Okay.
No, but I do. I love what you do musically.
Thank you.
And that's a serious note. And I say we get in trouble a lot. I don't pull punches. I don't brown nose very well. I don't know how to do that.
Well, you should try to piss me off. Let's see if you can do that. Because
I'll do that. We're gonna walk around and look at some of the other stuff,
right.
and I'll definitely piss you off a little bit. I'll find something to. I was like, should I look into his personal life? But no, I stayed off because I don't want to know anything about that. Because I feel like your personal life's your personal life.
It is.
I'm kind of that's how I've always been, and I the same way. Like I talk about my wife on the internet, but I don't ever show her. I make jokes about her. She's nothing like the person I talk about. It's all made up. Some of the friends we talk about online, like Z, like he's a dolphin trainer in Florida, but I won't say where. And he's right.
That sounds.
There's some secrets I'll tell you off camera about him.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It's like World War II stuff. It's crazy.
I just want to hear about the dolphin rapes. That's.
Oh God, it's much worse, my friend. Much worse. Oh, he's gonna be so happy he made this video.
Good.
He's like, oh, his skin is perfect. It's so upsetting.
I'm glad that's the thing that upsets you.
He's just
more than the dolphin rape. His skin is
dolphin
flawless.
That's precarious. At
I
least,
know it's
but
I probably shouldn't talk about it. But.
I know. Well, it's something we have to sign a release on that.
All right.
Hey Troy, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I look forward to the show tonight too.
Me too.
I hope you
get the fuck out of here.
Oh great! Look who's here. That's it. Cut. Game over.